Hey guys, how you doing? My name's Ross. I'm a content creator who mostly does stuff about football, soccer here in the United States, talking about Reading. But I live in southern Maine, as you can see from the beautiful scenery around me, and I'm lucky enough to follow the Portland Hearts of Pine as a season ticket holder. We are, of course, a club that's become quite popular online over the last year, and this is kind of going to be a way for you to kind of see what's going on with us actually in the community here. So excited to talk about, everything Hearts, from the players, the style of play, and the things that are happening with the club that are exciting. Let's start off today by talking about the Vermont Green loss. Unfortunately, we're out of the US Open Cup at the first round of asking. And it's a disappointing loss, obviously, because we lost to technically a lower ranked opposition, although it's worth noting that the Vermont Green had a fantastic year. They stole the USL title away from, or the USL 2 title away from Seacoast, which was no mean feat. That team had been in charge of that division for 2 years, so really quite impressive from the Vermont Green. And I really was impressed by their coach last night and the way in which he had the very, newly put together team organized, basically. But what was going on for the Hearts? I think many times through this game, you could hear that Bobby wasn't happy with the way in which his team was attacking. You could hear him shouting, move it faster to his team, especially when they approached the final third. And I think that we really had an issue of kind of dropping a player in between the lines, to actually have somebody there to turn and then face goal, to look to pass through or to shoot. Oftentimes we were kind of caught in what I would call a horseshoe of sadness, where you kind of end up recycling from one side to the other because you're just not quite fast enough with your passes. I think that's partially what Bobby was talking about there with that move it faster kind of line. But you know what? I don't want to discount. It's really tough to move the ball fast when it's your first Tuesday, Saturday of the season. But the last thing I'm really looking out for this year is, what is Ollie Wright and what are the Hearts going to do without Nathan Messer? Nathan Messer was hugely important last year, obviously, to how we score goals. He got a lot of assists and goals, but also in terms of like how we build up and how we create attacks. Every single phase of play, we need some sort of idea of how we're going to get through it and how we're going to build through the thirds. And Nathan Messer was a huge part of all of that last season, especially when on the right back side, we had lots of different options played there because of the injuries. So with Ollie Wright having to drop back super far towards the end of this game, with him trying to create something going forward, it really spoke to me and said, oh, wow, okay, he's looking to get a bit deeper and get a bit more involved with play, because he probably feels he hasn't gotten involved with play yet. So yeah, it's a really interesting kind of thing to think about this year and kind of watch develop. Full trust in Bobby and the crew to get it done, and work out a new way for Hearts to build through the thirds. But that was kind of the issue that I saw last night. Interested in your thoughts, and thanks for watching In the Pines.